Fielded in the end zone, it's Adams. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Finds some fresh air. A sweet run gets it out to the 30-yard line, and that can really jumpstart a drive. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Looking to throw at Simpson. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And Ohio State makes a ton of highlights with the big pass plays, but this defense has turned in its share over the years, too.
So many guys that we could go back. The Bosa brothers, Chase Young, just
He's going up top. He's got it on the right. He's loose. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Just outside the red zone, as they pick up the 1st down, they'll spot it at the 22. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Lewis. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Little touch pass to the receiver. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Under fire. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And that's a good response by this defense. They gave up some yards, obviously some plays, more than they wanted to, but when they got to the area in the scoring zone, in the area where it really matters, nice job on 3rd down, getting the sack, and possibly forcing the field goal.
Absolutely perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Hauls it in. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. The Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
And it didn't take long early in the game. That's the matchup everybody has their eyes on. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best DBs in the game. They're going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Couldn't quite get the huge play on that one, but he goes out of bounds bounds at the 37. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On the move. Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the first quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Wide receiver comes in motion. On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. They're in makeable field goal range. They could tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on fourth down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Got a little space. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. Quickly complete. Oh, he's got some space. Turning it on. The 10. Touchdown Buckeyes. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Defense playing a bail technique. Shoots it to the left. He's got an open man. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Marking out of bounds at the 46. That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. Using his feet. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it the other way.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
He'll start this drive going to the air. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Smashes through the tackle.
And that's the problem when you get in 2nd and forever. The defense knows. They make you one-dimensional. They know you're going to take shots down the field. They stay deep. They break on the football, and they take advantage of the opportunity.
Sends it back in motion. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Back to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Miller. They bring him down, but a solid pick up to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. He'll pull it down and run. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This is not leather helmet era football. This is analytics. Around midfield, 4-down territory. Pressure coming. They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop. So keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Miller. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
But they're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal a possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And you see this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Throws toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. It'll be 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Looking left. Complete downfield. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. These 2 guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
aggressive, 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 man. This offense does not want to waste any time. They try to score quickly. 3 passing touchdowns in this game.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. They'll try the bootleg for the 2, using his legs to buy some time. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Extending the play. On the run, deep down the right side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Now adjusting. He'll throw it down.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Looking to throw on third. Going to try to get it himself. Got the first himself. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. Alabama quickly back to the line.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man there. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Got room to work. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Tempo in overdrive. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Hurley on the Jets. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Great job by the defense that time, bowing up. You're on your own goal line, so you've got to be great against the run, and they forced that ball to go to the outside, use their speed to bring the ball carrier down.
Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. Looking to pass. It's Simpson. Rushes on him. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. A shot toward the end zone. This is picked off in the end zone, but the officials are saying he was out of bounds. Just an incomplete pass and a huge break for the offense. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Bringing the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got thrilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Yeah, this defense hasn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Nice read, nice break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it. Takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
To the air on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Alabama pushing the tempo. They'll go to the air on second and short. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Those kind of plays can be huge for momentum. Even with the short return, they're set up at the 45. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's Sayin. Moves away as he feels pressure. Throwing on the run. And he makes the catch at the 10.
Gain of 34. And that's a first down for the offense. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Ohio State 23, Alabama 3.
So first down will open up the final period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to scramble. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And that is not ideal. First and goal, obviously, to take a big sack. But when you're in this area and you create a little bit more space, now I have more opportunity to throw the football, spread you out, maybe even quarterback run game, too. It gives me a little bit more space to maybe do some damage on these next couple plays.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And that is back-to-back sacks. You get down here in this part of the field, man, you want to keep going forward. You want to make sure you put yourself in a good situation, hopefully to go for it if you need to on fourth down. But now you're putting yourself really behind the eight ball with back-to-back sacks.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Got it! Touchdown, Ohio State! And the punishment has been extended. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
Wide receiver going in motion. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown.
Alabama 3.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Heaves it on the run. Makes the grab inside the 30. Touchdown, Alabama! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the beatdown has ensued.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
To the air, it's Sayin. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. He'll get rid of it. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready.
Makes the catch on the left. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And he was looking for the pick six. He'll have to settle for getting it inside the 30.
The number one objective for our defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
They're dealing with a second and long. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Going for it all. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
He makes the grab in the end zone for the two-point conversion. I don't think it would have killed them to kick it there.
23, Alabama, 11.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Now improvising. Bought a little time, lets him go. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Looking downfield on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Wants to throw on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. He just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
Nope. Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And it is hardly a big surprise that this Alabama defense is hitting hard and making their presence felt in the backfield.
Yeah, it's what they built their brand on. They built it on physicality and stopping the run, and you've seen over the last several years, too. After they do that, they come after you.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Now the play fake. And they fail to hook up on third down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. It's a seam wide open. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
At the 20, he's got space. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. They'll try to run it in. Touchdown Tide! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he makes the fair catch deep in his own territory, and he might have a question or two to answer about that decision. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Sayin. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass play.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State, the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you could pick so many big names of guys who have been superstars, not only at the college level.
It's a running room. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. The Buckeyes in the hurry-up. They're looking to throw on second and short. He's got it on the move. He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Motion from the wideout. Going to swing it on second down. Touchdown, Ohio State. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. At the 35, he's open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
So now it's second and long. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Makes the catch, it's Williams. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Offense breaks the huddle, it's third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to run it. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. So first down here as they go back to work. Give to the back. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard stop.
Yeah, and this offense is built behind this guy. I mean, a guy that you can hand the football to consistently and expect positive yards all day long, all game long. Now he's over 100 yards on the day.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. 2nd and goal for the offense. Pushes ahead. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Offense working from the pistol. Gonna run it. It's Peoples. Makes him talk to the hand. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the 1st down.
That's a really nice run right there. One of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He took a hit as he flew it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. To the air, it's Simpson. Oh, they're after him! And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On the run, still looking. And the defense forced the quarterback out of bounds before he could get rid of it. Had to take the loss. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Splits the uprights. Good. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going right to work up top. quickly to the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. Fires on the move. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
Defense uses the sideline there, and he gets it into plus territory at the 49. And the Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Right on the money. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He turns that loose down the right side.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that throw.
It's caught. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Pocket breaking down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
This time he's got his man. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Quarterback making adjustments. Takes it from the gun on third down. Looking to scramble. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They could tie the game here with a field goal, but instead looks as if they'll go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Touchdown, Buckeyes! In the window for the score.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up, and keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
How about this? These guys are going for 2. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on first down. On the move to the right, looking for a big one. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Wants to go up top on first down. He tries to take the top off. Got it in stride inside the 20. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation that time. Saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted. Took his shot. He is in a groove.
So they'll send out the field goal unit trying to tie it up late in the half. And it slips just inside that right upright. And guys, that field goal draws us even as we get close to halftime.
How big was that? Kicking the field goal to tie the game going into halftime, and you just sent a message to your opponent. There's a lot of ball left. We've got a lot of juice left in the tank. This game could go any way here in this last half.
One more snap coming before halftime. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. He'll loft one deep down the left side. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. The Buckeyes will line up to kick off and start the second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment.
And one of the things I love about this defense is their speed. And they knew coming into the game that they were going to see quarterback run, but that time they had him all bottled up, and they were able to use their speed to make him go east and west and run him out of bounds. Not a great game.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Still on his feet at the 45. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Here's a heat. Caught in the backfield, it's Miller. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Alabama quickly back to the line.
When this offense wants to, boy, they can go fast. After the completion and first down, right back to the line of scrimmage for more tempo.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Fighting off the defender. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Touch pass on the run. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. These fans trying to be like a 12th man on defense and help them get a stop. He'll pull it on the read. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making...
They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20.
I love the discipline of this defense. Not just playing run, right? They know it could be a pass in this situation. Pinning their ears back, getting to the quarterback, taking away all that small stuff. All the stuff, the easy access, the free release. Nice job of nice discipline.
Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And that one will put them up here in the second half.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down in the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. And that's exactly what happened.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Finds his tight end. At the 35, he's loose. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking for a deep man. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, I like the aggressive nature by the quarterback there. He's trying to take a shot down the field. Just a better play by the defense forcing the incompletion.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. He's not afraid to go deep. Picked off to stop the threat. Got room on the return. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Here's the pressure. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
He had nowhere to go with the ball, guys. And the defense is a nickel. Great job by the DBs in coverage. No receivers open.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Here comes the heat. Push down for the tackle.
Well, I think you're seeing a lot of resiliency from this quarterback these last couple of plays. Got sacked on 1st down and 2nd in California. And that last scramble, I know it didn't get the first, but it at least makes this 3rd down a whole lot more manageable now. Let's see if he can make a play here and keep his offense on the field.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They're throwing for it on 4th down. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down. And I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations. And you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Dropping back, it's Sayin. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Still looking on the move. Going right and going deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And that is elite third down defense. First of all, you get him in third and long, and then you look to the go-to guy. Jesse, I am committing my resources to him because I know he's a freak, and I know you as a quarterback, you're trying to find that dude.
Yeah, and it's hard, third in California, to convert that. Doesn't matter how good your receiver is, and this dude's obviously one of the best in the country, but the defense, they were all over it, they were ready for it, and they get the big pick.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Plows through the defense.